Hello, beautiful people. Please excuse the equipment behind me. I feel like every time I record in my car, it's dirty as fuck in the background, which is funny because I'm literally the cleanest person you'll ever meet. I just wanted to give you all an update on what's going on with me. For those of you who don't know, I was in a car crash with my best friend. Calling her my best friend is disrespectful as fuck, feels disrespectful as fuck. My soulmate, Kathy, a month ago. And we both suffered brain damage. The bleeding in my brain stabilized the day after the accident. Kathy suffered further complications and she passed away. There is only so much that I can say because lawyers, but I just wanted to let you all know, for those of you who don't know that that happened, I wanted to let you all know that that did happen. Let you all know that I am okay. For those of you that have been asking about me, I'm okay. You know, this type of stuff comes in waves. There's good days, there's bad days. I've been very busy, just keeping myself busy, keeping myself distracted.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So you're stage crew, so you kind of know how the show goes.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything that you're uncomfortable talking about?
No, not really. There's certain things that I can't talk about because I'm still working on it, but that's about it.
Okay.
Currency.
Right. If that's the case, I will send out the link, and Big Irish J should be here in just a second.
All right.
Let me just grab some water while I wait on Jay.
All right. Oh, so it's like, okay.
There he is.
Yeah.
Hello, my friend.
Hello. I like that. That's a good color on you, Kev.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Hi,
you.
Bree. Is it Bree?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, Bree.
Hey.
So, Jay, I was talking to Bree. She said she can answer as much as she can, but there's some stuff she can't answer because she's currently on a show.
Okay. I have a good way of asking questions from doing like asking about comics that were jerks. I have a good way of asking without giving away who the person was.
Okay.
They were doing like construction next door in this apartment, but they stopped luckily, but hopefully it doesn't come back up again. I'm totally MacGyver in this. Like that's why I look like I'm doing a hostage video. There's just nothing behind me. Dude, right now I have a
you know your own spot, or you moved out of that girl's house?
Yeah, I'm in Vegas now. And I just yeah, I'm getting stuff delivered every day, like to organize it and get it. I have a second bedroom that's going to be my little Kev on Stage Studios.
Nice. Cool. All right. Well, I'm ready when you guys are ready.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Jay, take it away, baby boy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Ask of the Show, where you get to ask questions of someone you may not interact with on a day-to-day. I'm looking at you, Kev, and in my head, I'm like, don't mess this up. Just right as I'm doing that, I don't know why. It's a place where you get to ask questions of someone you may not interact with on a day-to-day basis. And you know what it is, Kev? It's a place to grow, learn, understand, and educate for everyone. That's the glue.
That's the glue.
I'm one of the hosts. I'm one of the hosts, Big Irish Jay, and
I'm Kev on Stage, and today we have Ask a Reality TV Show Employee with Bree. Clap it up. Bree, also part of the stage crew. Stage crew. So, Bree, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Explain to us what you do on the reality show. Can you tell us which one it is? Which ones you worked on? Can you not tell us? Give us the scoop.
So I am a makeup artist and glam coordinator for Love and Hip Hop, for pretty much all of the Love and Hip Hop franchises, as well as Real Housewives of New York and Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Ooh, hoity-toity.
What the hoity-toity?
Hoity-toity.
What are you talking? So I'm curious, how did you get into reality? Was it reality show specifically, or were you already in the industry? How did that work?
So I started off as a regular store employee makeup artist, met a glam coordinator that's already working on the show. She owns a agency and she asked me to audition. So I had to audition for the agency. Actually didn't make it the first time, made it the second time, got put onto the agency. And then once that happened, everything started snowballing from there.
Nice.
The thing I want to know immediately and is, and I'm sure there's certain people, you can't say the name. I don't even care necessarily about the name, but have you dealt with someone that before coming on the reality show, they were in so many words, they were like a nobody, not really well known. And then as soon as they became on they were on the show, maybe a couple or 2 or 3 episodes in, all of a sudden they were a diva.
It's not who you think it would be. It's actually a guy that I had no idea who he was before the show, and maybe my third or fourth time working with him, it was pretty much like, don't look at me.
What?
Don't look at me.
Yeah. He's not on the season now, thank God. But he was on the season, and I'm talking about Love and Hip Hop, so I can't say that. I just can't say guys. But he was on the season. This is maybe season 4 or 5. There was. I'll give you guys about. There's a group of guys that called themselves the Creep Squad, and one of them. That's who I'm referring to.
I'm not surprised at all that it was a man.
Yeah.
That actually tracks very well in my mind. It just, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm sorry, Jay. You're looking at me in my eyes. Obviously, I'm a big star now. Take your glasses off. That would be fun.
You want me to take my glasses off?
No, I just don't want you to be able to see me clearly.
Oh, yeah.
So this is just for me. How does one audition to be in a glam squad? Like, what do they do? Do you have to do makeup on a couple of different people's skin complexions? Like, what does that look like?
So our audition process was a set of like 3 scenarios. So you have somebody that is already with the agency sit down. You have to do their makeup within less than 15 to 20 minutes, do a full face of glam, and then have to copy somebody else's look for continuity reasons. So you have to be able to copy somebody else's work. Oh,
wow. They don't do makeup for an ugly person and be like, now make them be passable.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's not everyone, but there are certain people that are just like,
hey, ugly, get over here. We're gonna try out. Okay, I've been waiting my turn to make me pretty now. Open up my right eye.
Sadly enough.
Oh wait, is that because you are supposed to be done in 15 minutes, or is makeup only supposed to take 15 minutes?
Other than green screen work, you have maybe less than 30 minutes to do it.
So wait. I think this is a very important point. So what you're saying is that people can do their makeup in 15 minutes.
For TV?
Train people, yes.
That's funny though, but TV makeup, well, actually no, because a lot of the women, they have like, okay, so for me, makeup for me is basically take the shine out of my face and really my bald head. But a lot of the women, they're like fully made up.
Yep.
Are you just that fast? How does that even, are you just that good?
Well, I learned over time. So I've actually been doing it since college. So I've been doing makeup since 2010. So I have a lot of experience in doing it. However, once you get to reality TV, it's a whole nother world. So other than green screen, they allow you 45 to an hour to get it done. Once you get past
green screen, like explain that for people who don't understand.
Oh, okay. So green screen is basically where you see them just talking in front of a background and they're recapping what's going on. That's green screen work.
The talking heads.
Yes, basically.
All that talking heads in the digital media empire.
Yes. So
I told her I was going to go to lunch. You know what? I said, if you got a problem with me, you meet at the lunch. Then you walk up to the lunch. I don't know who she talking to. I'm a soccer.
So dumb.
Why does that take so much? Because you have to make sure that the foreground is separated, or what?
Well, no. Well, it takes that long for us to do it only because we're literally copying somebody's work. So we have a full-on app that the main makeup artist for that day or week will compile everything that we're doing, put it in the app with exactly what products they use. So if you don't have those products, you can go out and get those products and then make sure you have it for the next day that you're doing the continuity scenes, because they have to look the exact same every single time. And continuity is only maybe once or twice a week.
Okay, back up. So are you trying to make them look like the day they shot that scene or the last time they sat in front of the green screen?
The last time they sat in front of the green screen.
So they just have the same wardrobe?
Yes. Every single day.
All that at once?
No, not at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you couldn't wear your unit one take and then
not
listen. No. You'd be going through hell trying to keep the unit together. It's right up there looking at me. Let me close my closet.
It's staring at you.
So
if you wore that unit the first day of green screen, you would have to wear it the rest of the season.
Oh, bro, I'd have to get it knocked off in a fight and they have to fall into the river. You have to figure something out. That thing is hot. I'm not going to be doing that every day.
Here, one thing I'm curious about is what is the hardest thing, I guess, to kind of cover up? Because I remember when I was on Two Broke Girls, playing a gay love interest, and they cut the scene. But anyways, I had tattoos that they had to make up over, and so I'm curious, what's the hardest thing is it zits, or what's like the hardest thing to cover up?
It's actually the people with like indented skin. So like acne scars where it's literally an indent into the skin, and there's nothing that's going to be able to cover that. I can't plaster your face and then put makeup on top of it. That's not how it works.
Like Edward James Amos, you're screwed.
Basically. Sorry.
Dang.
Do people when they come in?
I'm sorry, what?
Go ahead. Go say what you're saying. My question is dumb, but I'm going to repeat it.
Okay. There were actually a couple of people who started out on the show with that type of skin. And then by the end of the show, because they got money, they were able to get a dermatologist and fixed it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do them people's breath be stinking when you do their makeup?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? All the time. Majority of they come in with alcohol breath or hangover breath.
Oh, that's an unsafe work environment.
Oh.
Yeah.
They be talking to you, be like, hey, listen. No, man.
Were you wearing a mask before COVID? With these people?
I should have.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
well, now you got an excuse. Oh, it's not you. It's it's the Rona.
7 years after coronavirus has a vaccine, it's just like, it's just a habit. But your mask is metal. Yeah, I just want to make sure nothing comes through. So when I'm on set, they have last looks. Are you actually on set as well, or do you just do pre-make?
No, we're all throughout the day. So it's
you got to do touch-ups and all that.
Yep. It's usually about a 13 to 16 hour day.
Do people so here's a good question Sharday asked. Do people ever complain if that they feel like, oh, you made them look ugly, if they get dragged like on social media or something like that?
Not really, because they can't complain at the time. So once it already hits social media, it's already been out there. It was already approved. So it was already a look that you approved. So I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. You can be mad if you want to, just don't make it look like you mad on TV.
So you really be on set when they be fighting and throwing drinks on each other and stuff?
I've been an extra a couple of times.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah. If you go back, and I can say this one because I was on it. So Love and Hip Hop New York, if you go back to like seasons 2 through 7, if you see a small red fro, that was me.
What do they have you do on the show?
Literally, it's like, can you sit next to this person at the bar, please? Thanks. Can you walk past the camera this way? All right, cool. Can you pour a drink for this person and walk across the scene? All right, cool. I'm here to touch up this person. I have a makeup brush in my hand, so I don't know. I'm afraid of a pourer. I spill things. I don't know why you would want me to do this, but I will.
What's your least favorite part, or what's your least favorite part of the job?
To be honest, reunion day.
They be having fights on reunion day.
And it's so long.
Reunion day is when Cardi B said, "What was the reason?"
I was there for that.
You were there for what was the reason? What was the reason?
I was there for that. I was there for the shoe toss. I was actually on the side by the door because I had to touch up all the men. So
do you be like, "Ooh, girl, this is going down"?
Do you get somebody did ask a great question here. Do you get paid extra when they have you do extra work?
No, not at all.
I knew they didn't. What?
Paid extra? What does that mean?
Oh,
that sucks. K-Max says how much makeup do men wear? Do you ever draw on the hairlines?
Yes and yes. So
did Kev ask that?
No.
Men don't wear a lot of makeup typically. However, there are certain instances where guys would come in and they just smoke 3 blunts before getting the set, or they just drank a fifth of Hennessy before getting to set, and their eyes are droopy, they're red, their skin is like not great. Like, so for instances like that, then yeah, they would need a lot of makeup. But on if they're actually okay, like there's been a couple of guys on there that I don't have to worry about too much. So with that being said, they were fine. It was literally like Kev said, just make sure they're not shiny, put some powder on and make sure it doesn't look crazy on camera, and they're good. Other guys, yeah, it's like drawing on hairlines, drawing on beard lines, drawing on the mustache.
Oh, right here, you could make that be, you could fix that.
Yep. We're going to spray a little fiber in there, comb it through, be straight.
You could do that for me? A little bit of fiber? Fiber Medea. I know it was from a beard. I have this dark spot.
Yeah.
All the years of going to all deaf, apparently my dermatologist said I drove all these years and the sun just beat down my face on this side of my face.
Yep.
And I had like a dark spot in my face from that. So you could make me smooth again?
Yes, sir.
You can make me over?
I sure can.
I need it. Actually, a lot of makeup. Every time I get makeup done, they say I have amazing skin. They're like, "Oh, you
all right, Kev.
Why are you so handsome and tall? You are so nice."
They're like, and you have so much excess skin up here.
A lot of coverage. A lot of coverage.
Bree, is it harder? Is it harder working on Black people or white people?
It's not hard working on either one, honestly. Yeah, no. It's just where white people bruise, that's hard to cover up. So
the little white face, it's all red now, isn't it?
It's always in my T-zones. It's my T-zone that I dry.
So there was one instance where one of the girls on the New York cast fell off of something while she was out partying.
She tripped
off of something and had a bruise like right here with a lump, and came the next day. It was like, yeah, so we got to take care of this. I'm like, ma'am,
girl, you're a cartoon. Dang, Jay just triggered a question and I forgot.
Which show has the best behind the scenes drama? Keisha McGuire. Good question. Or can you say? Oh, you can't say. All right, cool.
I can't name specific people. That's
gotcha.
why. Yeah.
Are you gonna get in trouble for this? Did you have to ask somebody?
Yeah, I asked my boss.
What they said?
She was like, as long as you don't name specific people.
Okay.
Great.
I ain't trying to get you. You in the union. People like hire her for Kev on Stage Studio. This woman is real. We're poor. We don't got no money.
Wait, this is the thing. There's no union.
No, it's reality. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
That's how they be getting away with murder sometimes.
That's why I can say what I want.
This is what Tamar was talking about.
Yeah.
Because the makeup artists on SAG, they're unionized.
Yeah.
So how are your rates set? Do you set your own rates? How does that work?
Well, we set our own rates.
What you talking, Bree?
When you first start, you don't set your own rate. They give you a daily rate. And then once you've been with the company for a certain amount of time, then you're allowed to set your own rate based on experience outside the show.
Got it. So are you hired by the production company?
Yeah, so I'm hired by the agency, and the agency is through the production company.
Yeah, so what most people don't know is VH1's BT, they very rarely actually produce these shows. They buy the show and they hire a production company like, say Hint Productions. Hint Productions produces Love and Hip Hop Water, and then they'll hire Bree. So if they get sued, this company gets sued, not VH1, because they didn't license the show to VH1. Reggie says, is there a lot of sex going on between cast members and or employees?
Not really. Not as much as you think. Not as much as they make it seem on the show.
People just be at work.
Literally. Like, is it time for lunch? Can we go get some food? Okay. It's time to come back. All right, so I'm ready. What's the scene again? All right, cool. Like legit at work.
That's crazy. So, the number one question I've seen the most is, are these shows real?
Okay, so this is the question that I actually got a lot. The shows are real, however, they're instigated a lot. Okay. So the drama is yes, it's like, okay, I don't like this person, so I'm gonna stay away from this person. Production is like, let's put these two people together. And let's see what happens.
Got it. You Irish J, you say. Why do you keep bumping into him? I don't know. Must be production.
Go ahead.
Houses.
Are they
real houses?
Okay, so some people are using their real houses. Some of them are sets.
You don't really have that.
No.
Oh my gosh!
Now, have you had when you're working on somebody, have you had them hitting on you?
Once, yeah, one time. I made it very clear because when I'm at work, I'm at work. I don't. So I made it very clear, like really loudly, like, bruh, stop. We're chill. If you want this to keep working, we're good, right? All right, cool.
He was like, after makeup, you want to make out?
Yeah.
So can you talk about the show?
I'm good.
I didn't hear what you said, Bree.
Oh, I saw what was underneath that makeup. I'm good. I don't need to.
Man.
So you can't talk specifics about anybody in the past or the present, right?
Correct. Not anybody in particular. Situations, yes, but I can't name names.
Dang.
Has anybody that you're working on then be like, no, I kind of do my own thing. I don't really need you to do anything. Or has anybody told you that let them do their own, and then you're like, all right.
Because I still get paid the same, whether you do it or I do it. I don't care.
You're like, go ahead, clown. Go out there.
I ain't putting my name on it. We good.
Oh my gosh. Do you watch any reality TV shows that you don't work on?
No.
Do you watch ones that you're working on? No?
I know what happens because I know what happens behind the scenes. I'm just like, I'm not interested in that.
What would you think? What would you say is the most surprising thing that a viewer wouldn't believe is the norm?
That that the green screen happens at the same house as their set.
Really? Why? Why don't they just do it in a real place then?
So save money. What you mean? They already pay you for the day, so they're gonna set up green screen first. We're gonna do your continuity, and then we're gonna break all this down and then shoot your scene.
So do they do the green screen first?
Usually.
Before the scenes even happen?
Yeah.
Hold on. So they're like, I just went to lunch with Big Irish J, and I know he's tripping, and then they go in.
Well, no. So it won't happen exactly like that. So the green screen will happen of everything that happened up to that point, and they'll start filming at that point. So it's literally like, all right, stop. We're going to stop here. You guys are going to separate, live your lives, come back in about a week, and then we're going to reconvene and do everything again.
So then they just follow them around with the cameras.
Basically. But they're only on shoot days. So it's not even like an everyday thing. Like we shoot like maybe 2 to 3 times a week.
Has anybody that you've worked with been like somebody put it in here that they tried to come for you, or were like, oh, I don't want to work with Bree?
A couple of times, yeah. Only because I'm my mouth. I will tell you off real quick.
All right, without saying who,
Bree was like, you know what, my mouth be getting me in trouble. I know that about myself. I'll try to be better. And I don't let nobody talk to me crazy like that.
Without saying who it was, what was the situation? What was said to you, and what was your response?
So this was on a reunion day, and I was working on a particular person for about 45 minutes, where it should have taken maybe 5 or 10 minutes of what to do. And it was literally because that person was on the phone arguing with their significant other the entire time apologizing for what's happening on the show while I'm trying to touch them up. I'm trying to be very inconspicuous because I know what's going on in my head and I want to say it, but I can't. So that person is arguing with their significant other for about 45 minutes. And it was to the point where I had to tell them, like, yo, get off your phone. Let me do my job. Once I'm done.
What, keep talking like that. You're going to be on a green screen. I had to tell them. I'm here to do my job. I ain't even on this show. That's what that is.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I love that you were like, I'm going to tell y'all ain't going to talk to me crazy. I don't need this job. I'll do makeup on something else. I'll do makeup on somebody else.
Yeah, what are you'd be like, what are you going to do? Go to the union?
I'm pretty paid for the day.
Yeah.
Here.
K-Max said, do they repeat fights and or arguments to get their reads in?
Oh, yeah.
They go back?
Oh, yeah. The only time that they don't go back when it's a physical fight. If they're arguing, oh, yeah, there's cuts and chops and all that other stuff. But if it's a physical fight,
hold on, Bree. They say, hold on, Big Irish J, you look, mess it up. Let's run it back. What's the line? Big Irish J, you dumb. What is it? You dumb? Why would I say you dumb? You look dumb is what I
know. Be like, Kev, your unit sucks. Cut. Was that cool? Hey, Kev, you want to go get something to eat? All right, action. Kev, your unit sucks.
So wait, Bree, is this basically just wrestling?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great analogy, Kev. Much credit.
This is just wrestling?
It's pretty much with like real aspects thrown in here and there.
So sometimes these guys really don't like each other, but it's more to do with their work thing, not the characters they portray.
That's like you working with the person you hate face to face all the time.
I know how that is.
Question. Sandy says, have you found the drug allegations to be true and interfering with production?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Like I said before, there would be times where people wouldn't be able to get on a scene without smoking first.
Dang.
Reggie asked, what do you think of, as a makeup artist, what do you think of Trump's spray tan hair, all of that?
It's not blended well.
Yeah.
Like at least be one color. Like if we're going orange, like commit, like go full orange, like go full Cheeto. Like it's just like, yeah.
He isn't blended well with society.
You got to stay off the weed.
Basically, like it would be on set, like, or if we had to do continuity, it was like, all right, give me like 30 minutes. They run to the bathroom, smoke out the bathroom for about 30 minutes, and then come back on set. I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
That is crazy.
Do they do other drugs too? Huh?
Do they do other drugs?
I've seen one other drug.
A little booger sugar?
Just a smidge.
That's a little bumpy bump. Are there anybody? Well, I guess you can't talk about really names. Dang. We'll talk off camera, and I'll get the real scoop.
I asked you earlier what your least favorite thing. What is your favorite thing about what you do?
Okay, so my favorite thing is actually being friends with these people. Like, once you actually get to know the reality TV star that they are, like outside of TV, they're actually pretty dope. Majority of them. There's a couple of them I'm just like, nah, we good. But majority of them, they're actually pretty dope.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like, they're not as argumentative as they seem on TV. They're not as crazy or as like, I'm going to pop off on you all the time. They're not like that.
It's so funny, Jay. You remember that old Sprite commercial where the basketball players were dunking? They're like, I went to school at Cambridge. Like, I love to see these reality shows. They're like cut and they're like, I just don't feel like my character would be motivated to throw a drink here. I mean, I know that we throw drinks, but
what's my motivation?
My character wanting to throw drinks. I'm about Black unity. Like, acting coach comes off on the side.
Yeah. What's my motivation? She called you a hoe.
So how much of it you were talking a little bit about instigation?
What are you picking at, Kev? Come on.
It's a razor bump.
Oh, okay. Can you fix that for him, Bree?
Yes. I've been staring at it.
How much of it is instigated by the producers? Is there, because I saw a reality show video on makeup. I mean, a reality show video on the real world and how it's not real. And the producer on the side of the camera, right? They had a cup of water. These two girls were at the bar. Maybe it was the one with Snooki. I can't remember the name of that show. Jersey Shore.
Oh, yeah.
Producer is off camera and throws the water on them while the person's back is turned. And she turns around and she thinks the girl threw it and they go at it. I mean, that might be an exaggerated thing, but is that more exaggerated or is it be literally like that?
That's actually a little exaggerated for Love and Hip Hop, only because if they throw the drink themselves, they get more camera time.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Wow. So it is like people really want to be on this. They want to get the.
Yes. Yes.
In your personal opinion, do you think the super success of like say the Cardi B's of the world, who literally went from reality TV show to legitimate superstar, do you think that increased reality TV's legitimacy as a vehicle to stardom for people?
Yeah, only because of the after Cardi joined the show, there were so many more applicants. There were so many more auditions. There were so many more people who wanted to be on the show that you weren't even thinking of.
Wow.
Is there,
how do you audition for a reality show?
You have to audition with the production company.
Do you know what that even looks like? Like, girl, you tripping? Who you think I am? Nah. Sorry, guys. I'm just like
on this next one, just freestyle. Oh God, I hate auditions too. That's the worst. Have you ever been starstruck?
Yeah, a couple of times actually. So and I can say this because she's on and off the show, but when Remy joined the show, yeah.
Remy?
Yeah. When she joined the show, I was like, oh, okay. All right. I'm going to be on my best behavior. Talk what? I don't talk back. I don't know what you're talking about. I like her.
Oh, Remy got your mouth quiet?
People in the face. What you mean?
K-Max said, would you ever be a reality star?
No. Hard no. No. They don't pay enough for that.
Okay, if they did pay.
No.
Oh, you're not a fan.
No, not at all. I don't like the popularity. I like behind the scenes stuff.
Interesting. Jamie says, is it true their pay gets docked every time they fight?
Yes.
Really?
Every time their pay gets docked, every time an ambulance is called on set.
Is that just the people in the altercation?
Yeah, just the people in the altercation.
I did not know that. The production company charges that to them?
Yep.
The production company wants them to fight for ratings.
Yeah, I was thinking you'd get a bonus.
Not at all. This is the thing. They want them to fight, but they don't want it to be physical. So the physical stuff was okay in the beginning, and then once the backlash started coming, they were like, all right, chill. We got to pump the brakes on people jumping on people and stuff like that.
So they want more like Real Housewives, like reads and clips, not actual fights.
Exactly.
Wow. Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
No, I'm listening to this. Yeah, somebody asked, do they have background extras? Yes, and Bree was one, or has been in a few. This is expensive. I'm just catching up on all the questions here.
Do they really be having money? That's such a real question. I saw one of them guys, they bought an overpriced house.
So some of them, yes. Some of them, no. So like the ones that were stars before hitting reality TV, they have money. They have money from residuals and so on and so on. The people who were like Instagram famous and then joined the show, no, not at all.
That's one of the reasons we didn't do it on top of the family reasons. They were like, listen, the first couple seasons, you get paid hardly anything.
Nothing.
And you can go use that notoriety to get paid elsewhere. But now after 3 or 4 seasons, you might actually get some money. But yeah,
has anybody, when somebody finds out what you do for a living, has that had a negative effect on anyone being like, ugh, you work with like that industry, reality stars?
Yeah, I actually experienced that both like in reality TV and outside of reality TV. So like outside of reality TV, people who don't like the ones that are just like they're making black people look bad. That's the one I get it the most from. Like, how could you work with them because they're making black women look so bad? And I'm like, look, it's a black woman who created it. It's a black woman who's employing me. This company is run by black people. So it's not like anything that happened wasn't going to happen. It may have happened later in life and probably wouldn't be filmed, but it would probably still happen because these people work and live in the same communities. So it's not like so forced that I'm completely outside of it. You know what I'm saying? So I get where they're coming from. Like, yes, black women shouldn't be fighting on TV. I get it. However, you still watching. So
listen, that's what I always say. One of the things that's so interesting to me is black people are like, you shouldn't have this on BET. BET should be better than this. They put it on VH1 and people are like, okay, I'll watch it. Like, Viacom owns both of them. Viacom doesn't care if it's on VH1, BT, CMT, MTV2. It doesn't matter. And guess what, guys? People watch them. You can say everything about that. But if black people didn't want, if we didn't want that to be powerful, then the ratings would have to reflect it, because producers only want to produce shows that have high ratings. If that show didn't rate well, then they wouldn't make it. They don't care what. If we really liked the orchestra as a world, orchestra players would be paid like athletes or reality stars. Yep. But we don't care about the orchestra. We want to see fights. As much as we want to say the community symposiums, the children. We watch Real Housewives.
Dude, look at
people watch it to make money.
Look at Jersey Shore. All the biggest clips were fights. That's what they always push. When Snooki got hit by that dude, that was like the biggest. That dude, they played that trailer over and over and over again.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't watch much reality TV, but it's not even like I'm bigger than it. Some of my favorite television of all time is reality TV. Flavor of Love is the best. With New York, you talk about that and Making the Band. I didn't miss an episode. I'm talking. New York was the best reality star in the history of the world. Me and Melissa never missed an episode. Chance, the Stallionaires, we were all in Hoop, all that stuff. You know, I just don't watch much of it now. But there's the Zeus Network. They make reality TV for digital stars, and they are making money. So listen, Melissa's sister, she's a Netflix executive. She's a Spelman graduate, and she's a reality TV show junkie. It's just, man, sometimes people don't want to think. I don't want to follow a plot line. I just want to say, oh, I know there's been a fight.
Exactly.
I just thought it was so funny. All these beautiful women were like, Flav, this is who I love.
Man. And then what was the name? Brigitte Nielsen? Oh my God. That train wreck.
How long have you been in the industry, Bree?
So 2020 makes my 6th year.
What were you doing prior to this?
Regular customer service. Actually,
really?
I have a regular job now. I still have a regular job.
What you talking?
Yeah. I still have a regular.
So do you just do that when you're not doing makeup?
No, actually, because of COVID, but because of my title within the company, I usually just work from home. So I just take my computer to sleep.
You wait. So you'll be like, hey, let me touch you up here. Hold on, real quick. Let me see. Okay, on those files, I need you to get those.
Dang.
Multitasking. So as soon as I'm done, it takes me about 30 to 45 minutes to do a face, and then I'm answering emails.
Wow.
Bree, you are a hustler.
I love it.
That's why you be talking back. You dealing with 2 jobs. You're like, ain't nobody got time for this. I'm over here.
And I have 3 jobs. Like, I ain't got time for this.
Somebody asked, K-Mac asked, or no, it wasn't K-Mac. Where'd they go? They asked, where do you want to, Taste of Jasmine, how far do you want to go in the industry?
So glam coordinator is pretty much as high as you can go as far as makeup is concerned in reality TV. Outside of that, I do want to get into more of a producer type of role. Because of my mouth, I would probably be a good instigator. So I would probably gear towards that role if I were to stay in reality TV. But I'm happy where I'm at. I'm good where I'm at.
Wow. Listen, I have learned so very much. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps asking. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Bree.
Parts of the question that you asked before where I felt it outside of the industry.
And yeah.
So there was one time, and again, I can't name names, but I was working on set. I did the client's face at their house. Did their face, went to set with them, left my makeup bag in their like truck that we used to go back and forth, like the PA truck. Left it in there. The person who they just fought found out what truck they were in and took everything out the truck, including my bag.
What?
And then did Bree go on a spree?
You know it.
Put the cameras on Bree. Whoever took my bag, who took my apple juice?
Dead serious though, and this was like 2:00 in the morning. So yeah.
This is so funny. Kev, you always say you can have a regular job and still chase your dreams. I respect it.
Oh, yeah.
Listen.
Did you get your bag back?
I got it back after 2 days.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got, everybody has asked about Ray J's hat.
I think they did that on purpose. What do you think, Bree?
Yeah, it's on purpose. He does it on purpose.
It's done on purpose.
He does it on purpose.
I know it.
Because they like give special signals to determine what camera they're on. So he knows when a mark is on the other person, he changes the hat.
You sly dog, Ray J. I knew it. I was like, bro, he's too smart to not. Ray J is smart. I got my Raycons right over there. Ray J ain't no fool.
Yeah.
That's his show. That's one of his shows on Zeus Network. They be getting residuals. They got a piece of that.
Yeah, man.
You were about to post something, I thought, Kev.
Oh yeah, shoot! I got so excited about it, I forgot. Oh yeah, K-Mac said, in your opinion, what show besides your own has the best makeup?
I worked on 4 of them, so I got to think outside of that.
And I got a question related to that too. Okay.
So, it's still Love and Hip Hop though. Okay, I will say this: the only season that I haven't worked on with Love and Hip Hop that I actually do like their makeup majority of the time is Love and Hip Hop Miami. I haven't worked with them yet.
Okay, and is there somebody in the industry that everybody looks to as like the GOAT, kind of like the Larry Bird of makeup? That's for Kev. We all say Larry Bird for GOAT, right? No, but is there somebody though that everybody that you can name that everybody's like, oh, that's the best
in makeup?
Yeah.
On set?
Just in the industry, I guess, in general. It doesn't even have to be necessarily on your show, but like that everybody knows universally is like, oh, this person, like they know that they're the best at doing makeup.
As of right now, the only 2 that come to mind would be Sam Fine and Kill Pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, Kill Pretty worked on a lot of sets. Sam Fine is Queen Latifah's makeup artist. So. Yeah.
Fine and pretty. How great is that?
This is a great question. Do you ever hear of impending drama from people in your chair and then watch it unfold in real time?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. There have been times where people have sat in my chair and was like, I can't wait to punch this girl in the face.
And you're like, I can't either. Let's get this over with.
I'm in the car like, what are they doing? Did she do it yet? No? Okay. I'm just gonna wait. Like,
wow.
Or there's times where she's like, I have a feeling something bad's gonna happen, and then you see the next scene is somebody getting jumped. So yeah.
I have a feeling something bad is going to happen because I'm going to be the one that starts it.
Yep, that's exactly what happens.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you have to ever have to do makeup on somebody, a body part?
Yes. So when a couple of people that were on the show that were pregnant, we have to kind of hide their stomach. And then there's certain clothes that they wear, like, okay, so this is the beginning of continuity and this is the end of continuity, and the span is about 4 months, so you've grown. So we kind of have to like shade their belly down so it looks a little more flat than
like. So I mean, just for in general, for the people, how would you hide your belly? I mean, just I'm sure people want to know.
So in one of the scenes, one of the continuity scenes, there's obviously a woman. She has on a crop top or a cutoff top, and we have to kind of shade her stomach down to maybe about 2 to 3 shades darker than her natural skin tone. So on camera, it looks like a shadow, and it's making it look a little bit more flat.
Wow, wow, the tricks.
This is great. Listen, this has been great. Do you have anything you want to say where people can follow you, all that type of stuff?
Oh yeah. So my makeup page is Bree's Beautiful Faces. So exactly how it's spelled there, BRES, Beautiful Faces on Instagram. And my skincare line is my BBF Beauty on Instagram.
This is it?
Yep, that's it.
That's great.
Follow Bree. She is the best. This has been amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Of course.
Thank you, Bree.
And talk. This was great. My cheeks are still. I'm just so happy. This was great. Thank you so much, Bree. Thanks for being a part of the stage crew. And coming up in a second, we have Ask a Black Polyamorous Couple. Bree, make sure to click the link in there and watch with us. We'll see you guys in a couple minutes. All right, Bree.
All right.
Jay, I got to take a call real quick while we wait for them to come in.
That's perfect. I'm going to run down and get these other Amazon packages.
All right. I love you.
All right. I love you. Bye. Ooh. Hey, cat. Whoa. Ground crackers. And Angelica, how do you know about that? Round crackers. Will I be able to participate in future yes. I don't know. There's actually, I'm scheduled for one. I don't know if I can say it. Here, let me get my other, I don't know why I got my earpiece in. It's not like I'm listening. Yeah, I'm sure, I don't think Kev's like hiding anything. Towards the end of this month, maybe? What's up, Yen? Hey, Geneva. But yeah, passionate for God. I will be. I was supposed to be on the first one, but I was in the process of moving here to Vegas. Yeah, big things coming from over here in Vegas. Angelica, I got to know how you know about the graham crackers thing. Oh, you're watching Tony's Twitch. All right. Oh God, we were dying. I'll be starting doing it Twitch too. Yeah, for those that don't know, it was I think it was this dude. I think it might have been Diablo. This guy we were playing with, Diablo, and he was eating. So he's like, "What are you eating?" He's like, "Oh yeah, graham crackers." And then that was just the rest of the night. That's all, dude. We could not stop laughing. Okay.
Hey guys, give me like 3 minutes. I got a quick call. Give me like 3 minutes. I'll bring you right back and we'll get started. Is that all right?
Fine, Kev.
All right.
Dang, he just took him back off. You could have left him in. He's like, okay, thanks, bye. Big things. Hoity toity. Oh yeah, Geneva. I figure a few things out. I will be on Twitch with Tony probably a lot, and I'll be on there. I don't know if anybody even gives a. I was about to swear. I don't know if anybody even cares, but so I'm here. I moved here to Vegas because I was like, all right, I don't know when we're going to be up and running, and it was just a move that had to be made anyway. So I got a 2-bedroom here in Vegas, and basically what I'm paying for a 2-bedroom in Vegas, a nice one, is I would get a crappy 1-bedroom studio in LA. But I'm using the 2nd bedroom. I'm setting up a studio. And I have like 4 shows that I'm going to be jumping off here. One is, I'll just, you know what? Here's a little inside scoop for everybody. So I'm going to start a podcast with my buddy Manny Martin called Love in Black and White. Manny is my old roommate, one of my best friends. Manny's black. He's always dated white women. He's married. I'm white. I've always dated women of color, single, and so it's going to be a dating relationship. Very funny. The focus will be on being funny, but it'll have a lot of dating stuff. So that'll be coming out before the end of the month. But it's going to be called Love in Black and White. Got another show coming out. That's there's 2. I can't reveal them yet because they're being worked on. But and then I'll have my Hollings Worthless podcast, and then I'll be on Twitch. I'm going to be on Twitch. A lot. Big Irish J on Twitch. I'm Big Irish J on everything. And but yeah, oh, my buddy just sent me something. Sorry. But there's lots of stuff coming. I formed an LLC, Crack House Studios. Crack is spelled CRAIC, not the bad crack, because crack is whack. But crack is a Irish term, Gaelic, which means fun, like laughter, fun. So crack house will be like fun house, you know. But lots of stuff coming soon. I feel like I'm just rambling. Hey, what's up, Natasha? Natasha Vincent. She's always she's on my YouTube. We're like buddies. I gave her a shout out on my podcast. Let me see. I mean, it's like this is. I'm going crazy with no stage, but you know, obviously this is the most time I've ever taken. Before this, I've been doing stand-up for 12 plus years. This is the most. Prior to this, the most time I ever took off was for like a couple of weeks, and that was I was in the hospital. But other than that, I've never done this much. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. What games do I play? Easy there, Sade. Are we still talking about video games? What? No, I'm on. Okay, so you guys will probably appreciate this, and I have to tell you the backstory. I'll try and make it quick. So I'm on Call of Duty, playing with Tony Baker and who else? Brandon Lewis. We're always on there playing. BT Kingsley, Nate Jackson. We're always playing on there. I also play NBA 2K. I'm awful at it. I used to play NBA Live all the time, which I was good at. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to start doing it with the new NBA 2K. So back when I was on NBA Live, I was really good at it. And so to challenge myself, I made like an all-white team. They couldn't dunk. Very fundamental team, a lot of layups, two-hand chest passes. But then I ended up being really good with them. And it was PS4. I'm a big Irish J on PS4, just like this is spelled. And it was so funny because I had this all-white team, and it was called Team Whiteout. And at first, like the NBA Live community, before anybody knew me, they were like, "Who's this racist?" Has this all-white team. But then once everybody found out who I was and knew, then it was like a running joke that I had this slow white team that all we did was we just shot threes, but I would just crush people. But I suck at NBA 2K. But I'm going to try and see if I can bring Team Whiteout over to NBA 2K. Again, it's a lot of layups, a lot of two-hand chest passes, not a lot of high flying. This is Ask It Jay. Yeah, I feel like I'm just rambling. The racist team. Come on, Missy KK. Oh, Missy KKG. Interesting. I also had a team blackout. There was no whites allowed on my all-black team, and that one was very dominant. My all-white team, dude. I am horrible at NBA 2K, but those are the main games I play. Call of Duty, NBA 2K. I'm gonna get the new NBA golf game. I mean, not the the 2K golf game. What's the other ones I have over here? I got Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, that's about it. Those are the games I'll be playing. Thank you, everyone. Also, I'm going to be getting a little doggy. Once I get situated, I'm going to get me a little French bulldog, I think. Yeah, Mike, I'm horrible at 2K. I can't figure out why I was so good at NBA Live. I can't get the controls down on 2K. It's just horrible. Come on. Angelica, don't be like that. Not at all. Honestly, the reason I originally did it back when I was on NBA Live, and I was really good on NBA Live, is I was just like I was dominating people, and people would quit. They wouldn't finish the game. So I was like, how can I make this more of a challenge? So I was like, let me just put together like this slow ass white team. And I was horrible at first, but then I realized I just shot a lot of threes with them, and then I would just dominate. One dude I played online, we were in this NBA Live league, and I dropped like 103 with Chandler Parsons. No dating? No, I'm dating. But I mean, it's also hard to date NBA golf. I know. I meant 2K golf.
Okay, sorry about that, everyone.
Yeah, it was a little rude, Kev. You were just like, "Hey, I'll be right back," and you could have left him here, and we could have chatted. And then you were just like,
"Talk to these black people without me. I don't want you."
I understand.
Okay, before we start, thank you guys for joining us. Hold on. I ran up the stairs and down. And
you need a minute?
I need a minute.
All right. Woo! In through the nose, visualize it going down, get all your stress out through the mouth.
Man, okay. So thank you guys for joining us. What's everyone's name so we know how to address the questions?
I'm Cam.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Kel.
And we're Polly Patterson.
Okay.
Wait. When you meet people, do you always introduce yourselves that way?
No, absolutely not.
You're at the bank setting up an account.
So is there anything that you guys are uncomfortable talking about before we do the official show?
I mean, yeah, just anything like, just personal and just like inappropriate, but
okay.
Inappropriate. I guess things dealing with like details of like sex. I mean, like it's just no one's business. So
got it.
Tell me about it.
No details of sex, but sex is a topic you're okay with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Generally,
okay.
like. Over.
Yeah, I got it. So Kim, Tony, and Kel.
Cam, C-A-M.
Oh, Cam, Tony, and Kel.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Jay, take it away.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Aska, the place where you get to ask questions of someone you may not interact with on a day-to-day basis. It's a place to grow, learn, understand, and educate for everyone. That's the glue. I'm one of the hosts, Big Irish Jay, and
I'm Kev on stage, and this is.
Yes.
I'm so excited to have this conversation. I messed up. This is Cam, Tony, and Kel, and they are Polly Patterson, and this is Ask a Black Polyamorous Couple.
Ooh, good job, Kev.
I ain't gonna hold you, Jay. I had to look up how to spell polyamorous just to put it in the Patreon. I was like, now, is it P-A-P-O-L-Y-A-M-O-A-M-A-O? Forget it. That's why they do poly short, because that amorous is hard to. So funny enough, I actually found out about the Polly Patterson in a video where I said regular dudes are in poly couples. Dudes built like Tony. Tony ain't abbed up. He ain't The Rock. He regular like me. And he has not one but two women, and they are in a poly couple. Do you guys just say poly? What's the language around your relationship?
So we would consider ourselves to be in a throuple or a triad.
A throuple was a real word. I saw that in the comments, but I thought they were playing.
It's a real word.
Yeah, I guess in the poly community it is.
A throuple. So
okay,
how
go ahead.
does a throuple work?
Well, he's my boyfriend and she's my girlfriend. And
I'm her boyfriend and her boyfriend.
And that's my girlfriend and my boyfriend.
Okay, so in your couple, would you guys consider yourself, Cam and Kel, would you consider yourself bisexual?
Yes.
Was this something that you felt before this relationship?
I think we were both bi-curious, and it wasn't until this relationship. This is our first experience, all of our first experience in this type of dynamic. So I don't think it was until this relationship that we really realized, like, oh, this is something deeper than just a curiosity.
Okay.
So I'm curious, who met who first? How did that relationship start, and then how did the next person get involved?
you good.
Okay, so Cam and I met our freshman year of college at North Carolina A&T. Cam and I.
Yes.
Cam and I have been together for 6 years, going on 7 years. So when we moved up here to Jersey because of a job, we just started talking. She came to me and was just like, hey, like, I think I'm bi-curious. And I was like, okay, I mean, so how do we want to move forward? And the idea of, I guess, interacting with another woman kind of came up. And then, long story short, we ended up with Kelsey because, like, honestly, so
no, I'm gonna need before that long story.
Yeah, wait,
That long story.
yeah. How did? Yeah, no, Jesus.
No, it's three of us now.
Give Kelsey some love. You're like, Cam and I, we went to college, and then Kelsey appeared.
No. Okay, so I guess Cam and I had different suggestions in the beginning. So I was just kind of looking for a sugar baby, like being dead serious.
24-year-old sugar
daddy. You were a sugar baby.
No. Honestly, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to build an emotional connection with someone else. So I didn't know what I just call it a sugar baby, but like I don't know what to call that. Like I don't. So Cam was kind of like on the lines of where she wanted something more serious. So then I was like, okay, like I'd be open to it. But so then Cam made a profile on Bumble and was like meeting different women and talking to them. And then that's how Cam and Kel met. And that's the rest of the story.
So it seems like Cam is the one who brought Kel in as opposed to you, Tony. Is that a fair representation?
That is correct. Cam was like, hey, what do you think about her? She showed me Kel. I was like, oh, she's cute. And they like set up a date. And I was like, all right. We'll be
I'm going to stop you right there, Tony. If my wife said, what do you think about her? I don't know who. Nobody else. I know
100%.
Did you not feel like she was trapped?
Yes.
So in the beginning, yes. In the beginning, those questions were throwing me off. But because Kel was probably like the fourth or fifth girl she showed me, I just knew she was serious. So yes, in the beginning, I did feel exactly like that.
Oh, so
and how do you what was your first date like? Were you like, hey, you want to enter this 3-on-3 tournament, or what do you set up?
So our first date was more like an interview. We were kind of figuring out like what was expected of everyone in like this dynamic. Initially, we weren't looking to be in something serious or like a throuple or like any type of like established relationship. We were just wanted to hang out and get to know each other. Like I wasn't looking to be with a couple. Like I just was also bi-curious and just kind of met Cam, and then she had this boyfriend. So I was like, okay, I'll go to dinner with the two of you. Like, cool. Like what's the worst that could happen? And then we went on a interview / first date, and then after that we just spent every weekend together, and then all of a sudden we're just in this established relationship.
How long has the throuple have y'all been a throuple?
Since February of 2019.
It's like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So Tony, do you make a lot of money? Because the first thing you said is I was looking for a sugar baby. That ain't how most people are living their life. That is like we got to split this stuff.
I might do like a NutraSweet, baby. I don't have sugar baby money at 24, 25.
You got an equal baby, Jay?
Yeah.
So I guess that question's relative to who you're asking, but I do all right. I'm blessed.
Hey, that is dope.
I'm blessed.
Okay, so the pores, obviously I make more than the pores, but in my field, we all balling. This is actually a good question. Somebody said in here, I didn't catch the person. Oh, here it is. Do you guys always go on solo dates, or do you ever go on solo dates, or is it always the three of you?
We go on solo dates. I think it's important for us to all bond with one another. It's like, for me at the beginning, it was hard to like just let my boyfriend go off with this woman we just met and like for them to hang out. But I had to realize like if I wanted her to be with us and I wanted her and Tony to bond the way that she and I bonded kind of naturally, like I had to let them date. And it was something we had to all like
Cam, let me tell you, that is a woman thing. If I ever listen, let's be in a throuple. Okay, let me go on a date with her. Oh, so now you want to go and date the girl I introduced you to by yourself? This is why this is a bad idea. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. He like, this is your idea.
Be like, you never took me to that restaurant.
It's like it's great in your head, and then like whenever they're getting ready to go on your date, and you're just sitting at home like have fun, and like
you're just watching his Instagram, like, oh really?
Yeah.
I'm curious, Tony, did you ever, like when this was brought up to you, did you ever have any like thoughts in the back of your head, like, oh, does she feel like she's lacking something from the relationship with me?
A little bit, I did, but I love her unconditionally, so it wasn't. It is what it is. I guess I was just mentally, spiritually, and physically like just all in, so. It didn't bother me too much.
Got it.
Yeah.
Miss Kev on stage, the one that I would be afraid to say the yes to, she says, what if someone bonds more than the other? Then what?
So I think that like there's different things that we all bond with each other with more than the other. So I think we all have like our special like things that glue us together in the specific dyads. And so there's really like, it's kind of relative to like the topic. So
that makes sense. Like maybe you and Tony like cooking, and Cam and Tony like nature, and you and Cam like going to the movies, and you hang with the person who both gets you on that specific thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys remind us of your ages? I don't know if we got to that, if you're okay saying your ages.
So I'm 26.
I'm 26.
And I'm 30.
Okay, y'all be all young and black, which brings me to another question. How did y'all families take this in the beginning, and how do they feel about it now?
So for I guess my mom was like the biggest person, like she was the most concerned. Like my siblings are like, okay, like do what makes you happy, whatever. They have their own things going on. But my mom, like at the beginning, she wasn't okay with it. She loved me, and like she never shunned me or told me I couldn't come around. She always loved me and supported me. But she was just like, this relationship isn't okay. We grew up in the church. This is not how I was brought up. And like now that she's like met Kel, and she sees like how happy we are, and like how, although this is an abnormal relationship, it is kind of normal when you see us three like interacting. She's getting used to it. She still has some concerns, but I think it's like kind of slowly growing on her.
Listen, I understand that church people, I did not raise you like that, Cam. I did not raise you like that. This is not right within God.
You'd be like, I'm building my own little choir.
Oh. What about you, Tony and Kel? How did you guys' families take it?
Yeah, so kind of similar to Cam. It was my dad. I'm his only daughter and like his first child, so he just has high expectations for me, and this just threw him for a left. He's like, what about grandkids? What am I gonna do? Like, just started panicking. But I think he's getting more comfortable with it as like each day as he sits with it more, and like as he sees us interact with one another. And my mom was super supportive. She's always super supportive. And my siblings, I'm the oldest, so they can't really tell me anything.
Tony?
My parents took it pretty well. Well, yeah, so my mom was much more, I guess my mom is more open-minded than my dad, she's a woman, so kind of makes sense. They just wanted to make sure I was happy. Just pretty much like, hey, like, are you good? They had their concerns, but they just really wanted to make sure I was just happy. Make sure I knew exactly what I was getting into. Yeah, they kind of posed a similar question earlier that you asked, like, is it because she's lacking something in the relationship, or it's just like kind of things that I needed. They just wanted to make sure I was good.
Got it.
And you guys mentioned church. Go ahead.
I didn't know you had one.
No, I'm saying you have Shay's question up there. We'll get Shay's. I'll ask mine after.
Okay. Do two of you ever get mad at one?
Oh, well.
Yeah, we try to keep it neutral. It's rare that two people would be mad at one person.
So they would usually get mad at me.
I knew it, Tony. I ain't want to guess, but I can imagine them be like, "Girl, he dumb, ain't he?" Tony, you know better than to side with one of them against the other. You finna get killed. Like, oh, but when do you ever do this to me? And you be like, what? No.
You mentioned church earlier. Do you guys go to church together?
Yes.
Yes.
And how is obviously, I'm assuming the church then knows like your relationship. Has there been any backlash on that?
They don't know about it. We just go to church, and I think people just assume we're friends.
Oh, we're friends, all right.
Hopefully they're not part of Kev's stage crew.
I go to church and mind my business.
Do you guys have? I know in the video there was other poly couples. Do you guys have groups of poly friends in your city, or is it like a nationwide group that you guys hang out with?
So we don't actually have any poly friends, like specifically like close friends, but we have grown to form a community of polyamorous people via social media. And so like we do communicate with people via social media, and we do have like this community of polyamorous throuples and people, single poly people. So definitely there's a community out there.
Okay. K-Mac has a question. Would you guys ever add a fourth, another man, another woman? Is that an option?
No, this is like a very big misconception. People think that we're in this relationship to serve a man, and we're only here to keep a man because we'd rather be with him and share him. Like, I'd rather be with him and share him with another woman than like just be single. But that's like the furthest thing from the truth. Kel and I both being bisexual, this relationship fulfills us because we get a man and a woman. Like, if we were to bring another man, it would just be too many people. So like, we're in this relationship to serve us, and we're not just here to keep a man and to be on like an allowance. We're here because we love each other, and this makes us happy.
Kind of going back, kind of speaking on that, Reggie Lee wanted to know at the beginning of this, if she approached you and said she wanted to bring another guy in the relationship, what would your reaction have been?
Of course not.
Okay, you don't have to. All right, easy, Tony. I'm just asking a question. I feel like you want to fight me. Reggie Lee wanted to know.
That's the most animated he's been in this whole relationship. Interview. That's the most we got out of Tony. Christian asked, "What are you guys' relationship rules?"
So at the beginning, there were some rules just for like security and like safety, but now it's more so just like the normal rules or expectations you would have, because I don't really want to call it a rule, but just like an expectation you would have in any relationship, a traditional relationship. Like there's honesty, transparency, like loyalty, those normal things that you would want from a partner in any dynamic. I don't think there's any like specific like triad throuple rules.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like the no phones at the dinner table, the middle,
that.
Yeah,
like those kind of rules.
That is one rule. The middle section of the bed, because we rotate the middle, so you have to rotate.
I was asking about that. So how does the bed work?
We rotate the middle. So if it's your night, then you're usually the person asking who's in the middle tonight is the person that's in the middle.
No. It ain't hot in the middle.
It is. That's why you don't want to be there.
I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. You can't turn over. There's a body there, and then you turn over the body there. I don't want it.
A lot of times,
middle out daily.
A lot of times when I'm in the middle, I'm just like on top of the covers, and then they're just both mad at me.
He's the worst one in the middle because he always has an excuse.
Y'all got the California king size mattress?
Just a normal king.
Yeah.
Normal king. Yeah. Wow. T Creaky says, what do you guys consider cheating or betrayal, or is this an open entanglement?
This is not an entanglement.
This is not open either. This is closed.
So anything outside of the triad. So
The triad.
Oh, so it is just y'all three. This ain't open to all people in the world.
Oh, absolutely not.
Wow. Okay. Shoot.
Now is
y'all
there-
are so much more like, I don't know what I expected, but y'all are just like, oh yeah, man, we'd be sleeping in the middle. It'd be tripping. Do y'all share the household duties equally, or how does that work?
Yeah, we all cook, we all clean, we all do what we need to do to keep the house running.
It's a team.
Was the pandemic harder for you guys because you have 3 people in the house as opposed to just 2?
I think it depends on what you're talking about, because I think it was a lot easier because there's 3 incomes. Thankfully, we've been really comfortable this entire quarantine. Then just it being enough space to have alone time is where the issue becomes.
Oh, got it. Because the house didn't just get bigger because the pandemic was over. So they just be like, bruh, y'all are everywhere. It's like being in the middle of the bed all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it like to vacation for you guys? Do you guys all decide on where you're going? Is one person like the travel lead? How does that work?
middle seat on the plane?
So we usually travel together. We usually all agree on a place. I don't think we've had any huge disagreements about anywhere specific. I usually end up booking the plane ticket. So I never put myself in the middle.
I knew it.
So I don't I usually give one of them the window, which is fine. I'll give up the window all day as long as I'm not in the middle.
Right.
Yeah, and for our upcoming trip, Kel just turned 30, so we were actually supposed to go to Spain and Morocco, but that just didn't happen because of everything going on. So we're going to Antigua, and that's something that basically she was given 4 places that we could go to, and it was just choose one. So that was her choice since it's her birthday. But yeah, traveling with 3 is fun.
And Tony's usually the travel lead. He's the one who's gonna get all the details, have coordinate the itinerary, and then we'll kind of just say yes or no.
Okay.
Have any of you at any point in the triad? Every time I say triad, I think of the Asian mafia. But when you has anybody since you had the triad had any point where you're like, hey, I need a break, or I want a break, I want to explore possibly, getting into maybe a different relationship?
At the beginning, because we were just trying to figure out what we were, we didn't have this in mind. We didn't go into this relationship thinking we'd be in a triad. Kel desired to get married, and Tony and I also desired to get married. So we were talking about maybe her having someone so that she could get married to her husband, and then me and Tony would be married. But it just it didn't work for us, and that's why we're not in that kind of dynamic.
Is it in Utah? Can you marry multiple people, and is that something you guys have ever talked about?
So that is something new that I don't know if it's legal. I'm not for sure. I think they're still working on it actually being legal, but our plan is to have a commitment ceremony between the 3 of us, but we won't be legally married.
Gotcha.
Plus, you would have to live in Utah, so.
And I think in New Jersey and New York, I think if you are with someone for more than 10 years, I think it's kind of you're legally. They kind of have rights to survive. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I need to do more research on it. But I think in New Jersey, if you're together with someone for more than 10 years and they can prove it, it's kind of like you're legally married.
So when you guys, I have 2 questions that we're getting a lot. One, so when you guys file taxes, is it single? You just all file single?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next question is, we got a lot of this. What would happen if one of you guys became pregnant? How do you think it would affect the dynamic? So what do you guys, have you had conversations about kids, what that means, things like that?
We have had conversations about kids. We're still young, so we're not interested in having kids now. But we do have a plan. Because I'm older, I'd probably want to have kids sooner than Cam, so I would have kids first, and she would have kids. We don't plan on being pregnant at the same time. That's just not a good. That's just not a good choice. So yeah, that's the plan with kids. We both have kids, just at different times.
There's a lot of Hamilton fans saying when you guys lived in New Jersey, saying everything's legal in New Jersey, which is a big Hamilton thing. I just want to shout out all those people. Go ahead, Jay.
I was laughing. Somebody had wrote, "Is Tony all right?"
People are always concerned about Tony. People think that Tony is miserable and sad all the time. But
he's just quiet. I get it. You know, even though he snapped at me at my question that Reggie asked, but it's cool.
This is just a very funny worded question. All y'all be holding hands?
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Red Rover.
Does it be like the person in the middle be like, bro, I'm not doing the holding hands in the middle.
Yeah, I'm not big on being in public and like being like, look at me, like we're doing something weird. Like I'm not like that at all.
Oh man.
That actually brings up my question. When you guys are out, do you get a lot of looks, or do you guys just think, do people just assume you're just friends hanging out?
Just friends.
I think if they see us long enough, then that's when they're confused, because then they'll see like the dynamic between like Cam and Tony, but then they'll also see like the dynamic between Tony and myself, and then it's like
Yeah.
confusing. So like if you spend a lot of time evaluating, then you might be confused.
So it's not like Tony's like,
Yeah.
No.
We're not here.
Holding hands.
Is that a big misconception that it is that the man is some big player and this was all his idea? Is that one of the things you guys get a lot?
All the time.
Yeah.
And really, it's Cam. Cam's the mastermind behind this.
I've been pimping everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't want to talk about sex in detail, but maybe, and you guys can tell me if you're uncomfortable answering this. In y'all bedroom, does it always have to be all three partners or nothing happens? Or do you guys allow each other to, mix it up?
We allow each other to mix it up.
Yeah, and we also have a guest room for maybe someone's really tired that night or just needs some alone time. Like,
Yeah, I bet.
Really can do
I just think it's a funny visual, Cam, for Tony to come in from a long day of work, come in the room and like, oh, so y'all was just in here. You know what? I'm going downstairs.
I got props.
I can imagine Tony being like, I am tired. I can't do this tonight. I've been going all day. Y'all go ahead and do y'all stuff. Y'all got dildos, you got balls, all type of stuff.
That's what amazes me is not to get too into. I was involved in a triad, a one time experience.
Big Irish anyway.
No, but I was like, it's enough work making sure one woman is satisfied. I'm like, two? I was like, I'm cool after that. And plus, I think I don't think you're a better man than me, Tony. I think I would get jealous, regardless if it's woman or man. I'd be like, So I respect that. I would figure you would take the guest room every night that it's your middle position in the bed. I'm just kind of tired, and I think we're gonna go.
Catch on to that. I want to know. This is a very serious question. Cam and Kelly, is it nice to be able to share the natural hair products amongst y'all, so y'all don't have to buy everything?
And we put each other on products. We're like, oh, have you tried this? Like, oh my gosh, use my hair cream. It's great. Like,
This relationship is really interesting because in most situations we take on this sister or friend dynamic, and it's only when we're in private do we take on this girlfriend dynamic. So usually friends or sisters.
Well, I bet you that's what a lot of people, they see the title of this or whatever, and immediately they go right to the sex thing. And when really it sounds almost like it's just like, it's just almost like we're roommates that just at this one point there's sex involved, but other than that, it's just like 3 friends.
It's a little deeper. Together.
Go say that one more time, Cam.
I know, I was joking. I know we're 3 roommates who sleep together, but we're a lot more than that. Like, our love is so deep, and it's like such a real love that I've never experienced before. And like, we all just bring so much to the table, and we just, I personally, I just feel so fulfilled. And yeah, it's more than roommates.
Someone asked this question. I'm trying to find it so I can shout them out, but I can't find it. Basically, they said, do you guys feel like this is just for this relationship? And if I don't want to say if it doesn't work out, but is this how you see your life no matter what, even if this, throuple doesn't work out? Or are you just like, for this time in my life, this is what's at. I'm not even thinking about what the future may hold.
I'm not seeking it. Like,
I don't know if I would. I don't know. I think it's specific to these 2 people. For me, I think it's specific to them and their personalities and how we like connect with one another. I don't think, and even after being in this relationship, I personally would like be seeking another dynamic like this.
You wouldn't go out of your way to do it,
but I wouldn't be seeking it.
This is a very basic but important question. How do y'all do the holidays? Because me and Melissa, her parents are divorced. 3 families is already enough. Y'all got potentially 6, and people only care about Thanksgiving and Christmas. And now y'all little throuple, you trying to give me New Year's Day? I don't want New Year's Day. Don't nobody even eat. I don't want no black eyed peas. So who gets the premium holidays?
So last year, we went to my family for Thanksgiving. And then...
Wasn't it? Okay, so no, this is how it was. Okay, so last year we went to just Tony and I, because like we weren't out to our families yet. So Tony and I went to South Carolina to visit my family like the week before Thanksgiving. So then we spent Thanksgiving with his family, and then
for Christmas, I had already booked my ticket before we decided to even like get serious to go home to Houston. And so I spent Christmas with my family in Houston, and
my family came down here or up here for Christmas from South Carolina. So we did Christmas with my family and also his family. We kind of did it with both because my family left, and then we got to go see his family. It's just a lot of traveling because that sounds kind of confusing.
And I think
it's a lot. Go ahead, Tony.
For this year, we're going to Houston for Thanksgiving.
That's the plan.
No corona.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great point. The original plan was to go to Houston for Thanksgiving and South Carolina for Christmas.
And you just rotate like the middle of the bed.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't get you guys we didn't get Tony or Cam's answer about the throuple. We only got Kel's. How do you guys visualize that? Or have you had any thought about, are you a throuple for life, or is it just this moment in time?
So I feel like right now I would say just for this moment, like if this relationship didn't work out, I don't think I would seek another throuple. I do think I would still be bisexual and I might seek experiences, but I wouldn't want to have to deal with like a whole relationship because it makes things really complex. So I'd probably just be with like my man and then just have another woman here and there, like not.
Listen, Cam, it's Cam. It's Cam doing this. All right, Tony, listen, I gotta have my thing on the side. All right, you gonna deal with that or you ain't gonna deal with that. But I gotta have me a little slice of the Cuda cat. I like mine. I like one more. You have one, Jay?
Yeah. So you go out on a few dates with Kel, and I'm sure you and Cam, Tony, you and Cam have conversations. You're like, I want to make this exclusive. What was that conversation like where you presented that to Kel, where you're like, hey, let's be, I was going to say a couple, let's be an item or, a throuple. What was that like? Did you go out to dinner or what was it? if you remember.
With anyone else.
It was actually individual too. So they asked me to be exclusive with them at different times.
Okay. So was it up to you? Like, how did that work out? Was it different dates and then you guys had like a group meeting?
Group meeting.
No, it was just like very informal. And like, I remember Cam asked me to be her girlfriend, like through DM on Instagram, because we were like writing each other on Instagram. Like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with you, be my girlfriend. I was like, okay. And then I think Tony asked me to be his girlfriend. We were like in Ocean City, Maryland, and we were like sitting on the water, and he like just tapped me and he was like, "You want to be my girlfriend?"
Cam wasn't there at this moment. Cam wasn't there at that moment.
She was there.
Oh, she was there.
Yeah, but I don't think he talked to her about it.
Oh, okay, got it. And I'm sorry, I went ahead. I didn't get your answer, Tony, on throuple for life or just for this moment.
Good question. For right now, I'm just thinking about this moment. It is a lot. Having the expectations of two women, like it is a lot. But for right now, I'm just worried about this current situation for right now.
Got it.
I wouldn't be looking for it right away. I know. I can say that.
So I got a two-part question. Basically, what are some of the benefits to you guys of the throuple, and what are some of the unintended things that are much more difficult that you didn't expect of being in a throuple?
I feel like a benefit is that we're very efficient. We get things done really fast and like just seamlessly. Like it's great. Like, you know, Sundays when you clean, like we got someone on laundry, we got someone on kitchen duty, we got someone on the bathrooms, and it's done. I would say something like a con to it. It's a con, but it's also good for self-growth. It's like when you have two people telling you something about yourself, you really have to just like be like, okay, I gotta fix that. And it makes you feel bad at first, but yeah, just having two people tell you that like you ain't shit.
Tony and Kel, I'd love to hear you guys' answers as well.
So yeah, I guess Cam did a good job of hitting like some of the big ones.
Why is he laughing?
Tony, I love Tony. Tony just cracks me up. Like I feel like he would much rather be somewhere else right now. I'm sorry, we're
Tony in the Don't Rush video. Tony was just like, "Don't." Tony, I think this might just be Tony's temperament at all times.
Oh, I know, I get it, but it's like I'm waiting for them to be like, "Hey, wake up! You awake?"
Don't Rush challenge. I was just sitting on the couch, and they're like, "Come upstairs and do this video."
They interrupted your chilling time, then.
Yeah.
You're like, "Dang, I got to sleep in the middle of the night too." Dang.
Like I really had like what I was wearing was like actually my pajamas. I had my do-rag on, like I was really in my pajamas, and they're like, "Come upstairs and do this video." I was like, "I gotta change." They're like, "No, you can leave that on." I was like, "Perfect."
Oh.
That video was not for the world.
Sorry, that's why I was laughing though. Sorry.
You are 36, but you are 56. You're like, I'm watching my shows. I got my coffee. I don't want to do no TikTok.
That's why I was trying to be a sugar daddy at 23.
You're supposed to be a daddy first, Tony. You're first. That's the whole thing. You like, I want to start this life early.
I feel like that's how you were told about this interview. You were on your couch in your PJs. They're like, "Hey, we're doing this Ask It thing." You're like, "What?"
Yeah, so I guess one of the great things, so finances. We do split things 3 ways. We're all adults. I like how we're all responsible. That's really big. That's one of the things I really like about Kelsey is she's mature, she's responsible. You can just talk to her straight up. Like, You don't have to sugarcoat anything. So finances is a great plus. The experiences are like really cool. I am enjoying this relationship, I guess, a lot more than I was much more hesitant in the beginning. Because I never had to like, it was almost weird getting to know another woman with your woman and in front of your woman.
Yeah, man. I don't listen. Like I can imagine knowing that this was Cam's suggestion. I can imagine some serious hesitation. Like, what if I really like Kelsey? What if we're having a great time and you feel like I would imagine it being very difficult to be honest about your feelings to your woman that you've been in a relationship with for 6 years. You know, this is another woman. She does anything different, better, new, interesting. Like, how do I be really excited about this? How do I not offend my current girlfriend? And if I'm not excited enough, maybe she doesn't want to be in the throuple. And I got to do a TikTok. It's just too much.
You laugh at Kel. You're like, ha, oh. No,
because Kelsey noticed the apprehension. She noticed me like kind of walking on eggshells over damn near everything.
Right.
There was a great question, Shayna.
Cam sneezes. He said, "Bless you to both. Bless you, bless you." I want to. I'm stressed.
Yeah. Do you?
Kelsey, we gotta have Kelsey's answer too.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, yes. So I think they both touched on really good things that I would also agree with. But for me, I think one of the pros is just having relationship with both like a man and a woman, because women are just so different from men. And like, I really hate to like use like gender roles and things like that, but it's true. And so it just provides for a very full dynamic in relationship, because there's just things that like I get from my experience with Cam that Anthony just cannot connect on, and there's things that Anthony provides that Cam doesn't have the capacity to. So it just makes for a really full experience. And I would say con would probably be what Cam said, just the growth, like the consideration for not one but two people. And so it can be taxing emotionally at times.
My question was,
go ahead, Jay.
Okay. Well, actually, let me get Shayna's question, because Shayna, I think, had a good question. Shayna Holloway said, what if Kel didn't want to date Tony? Could Cam still have dated Kel?
That's kind of where we were at the beginning, whenever we talked about Kel having her like husband, and it just didn't work. Like, we tried it. Like, at first, her and Tony were just kind of not going to be a thing, because like he was apprehensive, like he said, and he was walking on eggshells, so he wasn't giving Kel everything she needed in a man. So she was, looking for someone else, and it just didn't work. Like, me and Kel being together and then her also being with like someone else, it just made me sad. It made us both sad.
Over time, I got more comfortable. I was just like, could I hit a point where I was just like, F it? And I was just all in. I was just like, whatever happens, happens. I was just like, this is exhausting. It's like, I'm not meeting Kel's expectations. I'm not meeting Cam's expectations. I was just like,
no, don't rub his arm now, Kelsey. You just called Anthony about his full name. You know, that 30 came out. Now, listen, Anthony had to do some things that I wasn't going to talk about. A moment, or was it just like, was there like not a moment, but was there a thing, or did you just like click in your mind, like, I got to either do this all the way or it's not going to work anyway, so let me just give it my all?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because like one of the things I had in my personal life, if anything worth doing is worth doing well. So it's like, how come in this, I was just kind of like half-stepping or like being apprehensive. But granted, I never done this before, so it just took some time to get used to.
I was curious for all of you. If you ever like, maybe you see a little trinket out there and you're like, oh, Kel will like this, I'm gonna get this for Kel, but then you're like, oh wait, I got to get something for the other person. So you know that, or are you? Was it like that at the beginning? Is it like that now, or you never had that?
This actually happened not too long ago. We were doing this love languages thing, and it was gift week.
It was gift week.
Yeah.
So we did love languages for the week.
So
Okay.
like it was like love language month, and then we did each love language a different week of the month.
Okay.
The gift I got for Kelsey, according to Cameron, was much better than the gift I got. But luckily, Cameron's birthday was like 2 weeks later, so I was able to make it up very, very swiftly. But
listen, Sam, you just happen to have your arms crossed, and the way you looked at him was like,
he got me a cast iron skillet.
oh,
Yikes! Yikes!
The thing is that he stole that gift from me because I was saying like, oh, I'm gonna get her a cast iron skillet along with some other things, and he's like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna get her a cast iron skillet. I'm like, you just stole my gift.
Tony, what do you do, Cam?
You wait. So you. Cam wasn't happy with the gift, and then Kel was upset that you were like, you gave my gift to her. You can't win, Tony.
Tony, Kelsey, what did he give you when he gave her the cast iron skillet?
He gave me a Nike sweatshirt, like a Nike workout shirt.
You cannot give a utensil and a clothing item for the throuple. That's the throuple gift. Everybody can use the skillet.
Oh man,
Nice shirt. I got him 2 shirts, and he got me a skillet.
no, I messed up.
He did.
Oh yeah, so you got that big L, capital, bold. I
rarely mess up, but I messed up that time.
Tony, you messed up all the way around. You messed up. You got both people mad, and they both had valid reasons. Because now you weakened her gift because you didn't even give her the stuff. You just gave her the skill. You didn't give her the oil. There's a whole bunch of stuff that comes with it.
Exactly.
Right.
and you see, obviously, where we keep saying how chill you seem, Tony. But do you ever get to where you're like, I got to get out of this house. There's just a lot of women in this house. Get me out.
Yeah, but they kind of do it for me. Like they like to go out and like go on these little dates around the city and stuff. And I'm just like, go ahead, please. Like absolutely. Like
You're like, take your Nike sweatshirt and your cast iron skillet. Go on.
He's definitely quick to send us off. He's like, oh yeah, no. I'm like, one of us will be like, well, maybe I'll stay home and like hang out, you know, get some personal time with Tony, and then he'll come out the room. He's like, no, you should go.
That's the one time he comes alive. He's just like,
Do you guys ever feel like, I'm trying to word this the correct way. There are 3 different people with 3 distinct personalities, yourself and then each person. Do you ever feel like, man, I'm really feeling Cam this week and not Kelsey this week, or Tony this week and not Cam? Like, how do you feel like that? Maybe one person's in a bad mood and the other 2 are not. Like, how do you deal with that that dynamic when people are just, not feeling their best that day, or sick or whatever?
Yeah, that's usually me and Kel. Tony is always like, if one of us is annoyed with Tony, it only lasts for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. But when me and Kel get mad at each other, it can last for days. So me and Kel cannot be feeling each other for like a week. And both of us are cool with Tony. So yeah, that's usually how it goes. It's never like someone's beefing with Tony for a really long time.
But I also think naturally those feelings do fluctuate. Like even in a traditional monogamous relationship, you might be feeling your partner one day and not feeling them the next day. But that emotion of like, oh, I'm in love, that doesn't really change like the action of love and like I it to you. So of course, like we all are not feeling each other at times.
So if I don't know if you call this a benefit or a detriment, but people in a couple, if they're beefing, they're just beefing. You guys are like, bro, she tripping. What do you want? Is it like that sometimes? You have the benefit of that person has an attitude. All right, you go in the guest room. We finna watch this movie. And then you got to hear them laughing. Now so y'all just having fun without me?
Worse. It makes me feel so bad. I'm like, they're just over here laughing together, and I'm over here mad. Like, it kind of makes you feel like really look at yourself and how like you were wrong in the situation. Because it's like if you're the outcast here and they're like over here having fun, like it really, while you're in timeout or the guest room, you really think about like what you did and like, and how could I be better from this?
Something that I learned to kind of help speed up like the process is when I get one of them alone or something, I may let them know if they were wrong. Because it's like there's no like, if you're wrong, you're wrong. So it's like, you know, like
but he wouldn't do it in front of the other person.
Yeah.
Got it. No, I think in a traditional couple, even if you're wrong and the other person is like there's weird energy because you're wrong, you can still just be like, so I'm sitting up here and I'm gonna just have an attitude, and there's still attitude in the house. I imagine that tension would break faster if the rest of the house is like, woo, yes, you want another group here, and you're just like, oh, so y'all. Now I'm just mad alone. That doesn't have the same effect as we all are mad.
Wow, because you're like they're having fun without me, and I'm over here. So
yeah, because you're just like, who's man's? Like,
So I want to ask this question without getting into details. When you're in a partner relationship, you get intimate, right? Those intimate desires change throughout time. Do you guys have to communicate? Like, say, you know, Kel, you say, hey, Tony, when Cam does this, do it like her if you're gonna do it, because otherwise it's not right. How does that like happen if one partner does something better than the other? Like, how do you guys have those conversations?
So it's usually like in a joking way. Like we kind of usually approach things with humor anyway, just like that's the tradition of our relationship. So yeah, I mean, we're all adults. Like everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. So we'll just talk about it, probably laugh about it, and keep it moving.
Is humor a big part of everything? Like, because this is you know, there's not much, or maybe I should ask you guys, is there any representation of Black polyamorous couples in the media? I've only seen like Big Love and Mormons. I haven't seen any Black where it's a couple, not like a man who has a harem of women.
I don't think there are. Like,
I would say no, but obviously, if you guys do, correct me, but I would think not.
Have you guys ever been approached to do a reality show? Someone asked this a while ago and it just popped in my mind.
We kind of have, but nothing like enough to like pique our interest. Because like Tony's, like we all work, we all do well, and we wouldn't just leave our jobs with our like nice benefits and stuff to do like some kind of thing. Like it would have to be serious, like very
we
serious.
Need big checks.
Yeah.
Do you guys coworkers know about your relationship, or they just need to mind their business?
Some do. Cause I have some coworkers that I guess are friends, and they know because they come over. Like I had when the NBA came back, I had like a little watch party, a little one.
Social distance.
And there was 2 people there from work. Well, that was all who was there. There was 2 people.
It was us 3 in there.
Yeah, I invited 2 friends over from work, and yeah, they know. But I don't know. I don't know what people know.
It don't seem like y'all really are too much pressed by what people think about you at all. Does that even come into your mind at all?
So when we did the viral video, or the video that we did and it went viral, I think that was our first like experience of like getting like negative feedback to that like magnitude, because we were just in our little poly community. Everyone's super supportive. Our friends and family that love us are super supportive. But then, you know, Black Twitter got a hold to it. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, dang, they roasting us. But I think after that initial like incident, I think it's just like, okay, whatever. People are ignorant.
Yeah. Did you guys have any of your, and I'm going to let you go, Jay. I'm sorry. I just saw you point.
Charmaine.
Your old friends on Facebook be like, man, when I knew them, they was regular. They was regular people. I don't know about this throuple stuff. You know, were there people like that?
Yes. People from like high school, they're like, oh, this Cam. Like people from my church, oh wait, this Cam. I'm like, no.
Not me.
Oh, this you?
Go ahead,
Charmaine Brown asked, where did you all turn to for advice starting a throuple? And what tips or advice would you give other couples looking to start a throuple?
I don't know if we got any. We winged it. Like I don't know.
So there were some things. So I definitely am a researcher. So if I'm getting into something new, I'm definitely going to dive and try to find as much information about it. And there were a few, maybe 2 thruples that I did some research on and like kind of just like went through their blogs and like their YouTubes and stuff like that to kind of figure out what this dynamic was. But I don't think that we got a lot of like information about like how to go about or like how to deal with things within this dynamic. It was just like, this is how we met and like this is what we are.
And what advice would you give to somebody that's looking to try and get into a throuple?
Make sure it's something you really want. Like thruples, like it might look fun. I don't know if we look fun while we're up here, but it's a lot of work.
You definitely look fun. Tony's just like, no.
It can be a lot. So like, I know Tony said before, like, do you want to be in a throuple or do you just want a threesome? You need to decide. Like, if you just kind of want to experience like if you're bisexual and want to experience that side of you, but you don't want to put up with another woman's attitude because it can be very difficult. And by dating another woman, like, and Kel has also said, like, we see what men put up with because we're a lot. And like having a girlfriend, I'm just like, what in the world? So, yeah, make sure you really want to be in a throuple and like you're really in it for the right reasons, not just like for the sexual reasons, because the sex is the easy part, the relationship is the hard part.
That part is true of regular relationships. I imagine people probably are the most interested in that and not realizing in most relationships that's the smallest amount of actual time spent doing anything is in the bedroom.
Tony, do you play NBA 2K?
I do not. As of late, I've been playing Warzone.
Okay, hey, well, I'll see you on there. I want to have a beer with Tony. No, everybody keeps saying you look like you want to get back to playing 2K. But there was a
Tony looked like Kel gets on his nerves.
Has any people in your life cut you off once they found out that you were in a throuple?
No.
We've been very fortunate. Like everyone in our lives have been like very supportive and like really just care about our happiness. So it's been good for us.
I had a couple more questions, and we're gonna let you guys go. This one I kind of asked a little bit, but I like the second part. What do you guys wish everybody knew about the poly life?
I think the main thing is that it's not always male driven, like this dynamic. I think and we're not poor and need him to like take care of us. Like, those are like the 2 things that people always think like, oh, he must got money and they like need him. And like, that's not the case here. And he doesn't really run anything. So.
Oh, Tony. Well.
But we let him think he does.
Fight back, Tony. She rubbed your arm again.
I'm gonna be standing on furniture. Y'all need me. No.
I actually didn't really have any conceptions about you guys at all, but I see 2 strong Black women like I see in most of my life. I never even got the vibe that this was Tony's thing. Tony looked like Tony, shut up and sit in the middle. We finna do this. And then you go
No.
I mean, you are sitting in the middle. You got the middle seat right now.
No, bro.
Look at this is the most animated you've been, Tony.
The way this happened was Kelsey was like, we have on 2 solid colors, so we can't sit next to each other. I was like, all right. Like
the bottom strap, I thought you had on a fanny pack. with the black at the bottom of your shirt. I thought you had a fanny pack on.
No, it's just
Somebody asked, such a funny question. Who sits in the back seat?
Oh, it's actually honestly usually me.
Really?
It is.
What? How does that? Is that a big deal or no big deal?
No, it's not really a big deal.
Tony loves to sit in the back seat so he can like listen to his podcast in peace and like take a nap if we're on a road trip. So like on road trips, I prefer like if I'm driving, I prefer Kel to be in the front seat because like she'll stay up with me and we can talk. And Tony like falls asleep as soon as he gets in the car. But usually like just for daily driving, it's usually like me and Tony because you don't really drive that much.
No.
Yeah.
I'm Tony. I fall asleep.
Yeah.
I bet my wife, she might not want the other stuff, but if we're on a road trip, somebody to stay up and talk to her, I can't give you that, baby. We might meet a throuple for just road trips only. I don't know how she does it. If I'm tired and I'm not driving, I am done.
Wait, I'm like, I have to be up with the person driving because I would want that done for me. So
These comments.
I can.
Where are y'all? What are y'all? Are y'all using your camera?
That's probably why she sits in the back.
Kel, you said that so loud. Oh, this is a good question. Is there anybody in the relationship who's the best cook or anybody who's the messiest? Anything that somebody excels at?
We all have strength.
Yeah, Tony's the.
What's your name, Tony?
Nice.
He's the meat master.
He's the what?
He's the meat master. He makes really good meat. Like
I bet he is. I never thought
what you were saying.
Oh, I never thought that nickname would come up related to cooking on this.
We all do different things. I feel like I bake the best. Kel makes good like oxtails and like really good.
Oh man,
I love oxtail. That is amazing. You guys are funny. Somebody asked, did everyone get tested before moving forward with a relationship?
Yes.
We all go to the doctor and have
I
regular
was
checkups.
like tested like COVID.
Yeah, first I'm not like COVID. No.
That has a different connotation now. They're testing two different things. Now you got to get the STD and the COVID.
You gotta get the two.
Oh man. We got this question a couple times. Kel and Cam, do y'all ever share clothes?
No.
We're different. I'm big and skinny.
Say that last part one more time, Cam.
I said I'm thick and Kel's skinny, so we can't fit in each other's clothes.
Oh God. Here's a question. What made you guys decide to document your relationship?
Hey, Gabby. We actually Cam and I went to school with Gabby.
Cool.
Yeah. What made us document our relationship?
I think we just, whenever we were like trying to figure out where we were, we didn't have many resources. We looked up to like the Porta fam and the Triad fam. And like, those were really the only two people that we saw. So we wanted to be able to like be a resource for other people entering into this kind of dynamic. So it was mostly for the people because we're pretty private, honestly.
Yeah.
Got it. Are most relationships a man and two women, or are there ones with a woman and two men?
I would have to say most poly relationships are with a man and two women, just because I think culturally it's just more acceptable for women to explore their sexuality than it is for men and in the Black culture. And so if it were to be a dynamic like ours where everyone has separate relationships with each other, then the men would have to be bisexual. And even if they were, I don't know if they would feel comfortable enough to share that with their woman. So
yeah,
hopefully one day we can be accepting and just allow people to just like live their truth. But I think that's why we don't see that dynamic often.
Yeah.
That is fair. You saw Tony when he was like, nah, man, nah. Nah, man. I don't have that many questions.
I don't know.
I'm getting a lot of questions that we answered in the very beginning.
Yeah.
For some people that joined late, but I'm not seeing a lot of new questions. Before we sign off, want to let you guys, if there's anything you want to shout out or let people know before we let you guys go, where they can find you or anything you guys want.
So if they can see our name on the bottom left corner, that's our Instagram handle and our YouTube handle. So if you guys want to see more of what our life is like, just follow us on Instagram, Polly Patterson 3, and on YouTube, which is also Polly Patterson 3.
And Tony's PlayStation's name is Meatmaster 2.
That is not it.
Are you on PlayStation or Xbox, Tony?
PlayStation.
What? Add me. I'm Big Irish J. We'll play. I'm on Call of Duty all the time.
For real too.
Big Irish J.
One question that we did get that I missed. I'm sorry. What are you guys' love languages?
I like words of affirmation and quality time.
Good.
No, you go ahead.
Probably words of affirmation and action. I'm big on actions because you can say whatever you need to say, but unless your actions follow up, it don't really mean much to me.
Got it.
Acts of service. I'm sorry.
So I wanted to go last because I feel like I'm a little difficult because I do feel like I fluently move through all 5 of the love languages well, and so I do like have an expectation to have all 5 of them. So yeah.
Is there any that are higher, or are they pretty equal?
So I took the test and they were actually all equal outside of physical touch, which I find interesting because when like I don't get that, it's a problem. So that's also pretty high too.
So do you? Are you able in you guys' relationship? Are you able to fulfill your love languages with whatever partner you want to at the time?
Like what do you mean? Like for me to give them those love languages? Or
No. Like if you're not, say physical touch. If Tony's not giving you the physical touch that you need, do you say, hey Cam, I'm like how do I say this? How do you?
Correct. So I definitely, if I'm lacking something, I will communicate that to them, whether it be like verbally or physically. So I definitely want to make sure I get what I need, and then if I'm not getting what I need, I definitely will communicate that with them. Got it.
Okay, I understand. Thank you guys so much for agreeing to do this. This is
great.
When Greg emailed y'all, I was like, please say yes, because I was very, very curious about this, and you guys have shared pretty openly and honestly, and I really, really appreciate, especially because you're Black. Like this is an abnormal thing within America, but within Black culture, that's Jay's people, that's white people stuff.
That's right.
Black people stuff. Like
that's what I always say.
You hear that a lot, Tony?
I hear that a lot. I don't read the comments. I try and stay away from like the internet as much as possible. But I'm up here doing this.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, no problem.
Seems like it was a pretty big struggle.
By the way, before we let you guys go, Cam and Kel, your hair is gorgeous. Someone said, Nikita, and we got another one. FYI, the women's skin is glowing. Tony, you got nothing in here, Tony. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, he may have something to do with their skin glowing. You
understand? But again, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys coming through and doing this, because you did not have to take the time. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having us.
You guys, that was great.
Thank you guys.